You are tuned to Noise Party. Tonight's performance was recorded live at AS220 on Empire Street in Providence, Rhode Island. Performers for this evening's show were Sir Guy DeGuy, Shawn Bert, The Wrong Hero, Tom Hurdle, the Kaporchniks, and, rounding out the evening, the Zen Psychotics. Noise Party is produced by Francis DiMenno in affiliation with the Middle East Cafe, 472 Mass Ave. Tonight's show is being shot at AS220 on Empire Street in Providence, Rhode Island. Our guests for this evening will include Bert as Sir Guy DeGuy, Shawn Bert, The Wrong Hero, Tom Hurdle, and the Kaporchniks.
Female language. Guidris. Yeah, it's Guidris. Guidris needs a drummer and a bass player. We're soliciting for Guidris here. I'm Guy DeGuy, Portuguese.
Hey, Guy.
Welcome, y'all. Hi, Pearl. Serene Highness Princess Pearl of Providence, right here.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few items this week. We don't have a lot, but we got a few choice ones, you know what I mean? Do you know how much it costs us to give the government the day off for Nixon's funeral? Do you know? That motherfucker, he's still putting it to us, that fucking creep.
He wasn't even in the box.
Huh?
He wasn't even in the box. People filed back by him. He wasn't even in there.
What?
He was in the refrigerator.
Oh, shit, I don't know. What do you mean he was in the refrigerator?
He was in a... I don't know why. They supposedly said he had to be in the refrigerator. He was not in the box.
Who's refrigerator?
A refrigerator. To keep him fresh. The army.
To keep him fresh.
To keep him fresh for the ground. See? That's true.
That's almost as interesting as what I had to say.
How much costs the refrigerator?
No, listen, seriously, do you know how much it costs? Thank you. Thank you.
300 million.
It costs us $350. Wise ass. $350 million to give people the day off for his fucking
You
funeral.
pay for it.
Not him, because he's fucking Lithuanian and he gets all his money under the table, you know what I mean? But the son of a bitch is still doing it to us. You know what I mean? I mean, next week it'll be some other shit will come about and motherfucker be getting at it. Listen, there was a thing in the New York Times about Elvis and Nixon. And I'm serious, that's a hell of a combination, huh? They could put here picture. They could do a duet thing here on Saturday nights. That would be really good. Nixon and Elvis. Just picture it. And you pick that'd be awesome. Here's the deal. Elvis was into collecting badges and shit, amongst all the other crap. You know what I mean? I mean, it always bugs me how people get on Elvis and how he's so groovy and everything, and it's so fucked up and weird. He's bullshit, you know what I mean? But anyway, I say that now because he's dead. But when I do a thing where I go like, I say that now because he's dead, there's got to be a little response, you know what I mean? It's a sort of timing thing where I do a thing and then there's sort of a break and then there's a little, you don't have to do much. I don't want to wake you up or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But if you sense that kind of rhythm thing, whether you like it or think it was funny or not, it's not fucking important. It's that I need that assistance to get the thing going, you know what I'm saying?
What are we getting paid for this?
Huh?
What are we getting paid?
You shut up. Now, he had a thing for collecting badges, so he was flying to Washington and he wrote a note to the president. Dear Mr. President, in his handwriting over here. What the fuck is it? Dear Mr. President, first I would like to introduce myself. I am Elvis Presley and admire you and have great respect for your office. That's Elvis speaking. Intelligent motherfucker. I talked to Vice President Agnew in Palm Springs 3 weeks ago and expressed my concern for our country. The drug culture, the hippie elements, the SDS, Students for a Democratic Society, Black Panthers, etc. Do not consider me as their enemy, or as they call it, the establishment. I call it America, and I love it. I have no concerns or motives other than helping the country out, so I wish not to be given a title or an appointed position. I can and will do more good if I were made a federal agent at large, and I will help out by doing it through my communications with people of all ages. I am on this plane with Senator George Murphy of California, and we have been discussing the problems that our country is faced with. Blah, 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 blah. Well, he went to see Nixon, and they worked out some shit here. Now, what happens, I guess, when there's an appeal by someone that even gets to first base with, it goes to an aide, and then the aide does a little report, and then Haldeman decides, okay? And there's a little note here, and then there's a little place that says, approve Presley coming in at end of open hour, whatever the fuck that is, or disapprove, and then Haldeman would put his H, either approved or disapproved, and then Nixon did whatever Haldeman said, as we all know. And over here it says, In addition, in the letter that the aide prepared, it says, in addition, if the president wants to meet with some bright young people outside of the government, Presley might be a perfect one to start with. Bright young people. And then on the side, Haldeman writes, you must be kidding. I'm beginning to like Haldeman, you know what I'm saying? Now, what was decided was that, here's what was suggested after the meeting. I suggested we do the following. This morning, Bud Crow, Eagle Crow Jr., also convicted in the Watergate scandal, will have Mr. Presley in and talk to him about drugs. And about what Presley can do. Well, he can do 30, 40 of them at once. So I guess he's an expert. He can help the shit out, right? I'll tell you how to do drugs. So, and then here's the things that were suggestions for Presley activities. Work with White House staff. Do drugs together. 2, encourage the creation of an hour television special which Presley narrates as stars, such as himself, sing popular songs and interpret them for parents in order to show drug and other anti-establishment themes in rock music. This is your boy Elvis here. Number 3, encourage fellow artists to develop a new rock musical theme. You ready? Get high on life. Paul Fader, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Paul Fader. Paul's Planet, right there. You can tell he's the only one on it. Number 4. See? Number 4. Record an album with the theme Get High on Life at the Federal Narcotic Rehabilitation and Research Facility in Lexington, Kentucky. All right.
You mean they got recording studios there?
Huh?
They got recording studios in this place?
Yeah, they record your confessions after they beat you. You know what I mean? What the fuck is it? I hate this up here. The light up there, I can't see people's faces. I got no idea
Hey.
who's being disrespectful to me or not. Right?
Didn't they trade something?
They traded, what the fuck did Elvis do? Elvis gave, thank you very much. Elvis gave the president a gun, and the president gave him a badge for a thing. Because Nixon was a gun collector, by the way. We're going to collect everybody's guns. We're going to have more. All right, I got another one here. This is very interesting. Northland Insurance Company, personal auto policy. This is auto insurance. I just want you to know how considerate these people are. Now they have lists of exclusions, all right? Like an example, we will not pay for loss to your covered auto which occurs while it is used to carry persons or property for a fee. This exclusion does not apply to a shared expense carpool. All right, that's cool. 2, damage due and confined to A, wear and tear, B, freezing, C, mechanical or electrical breakdown or failure, or D, road damage to tires. Now this is where this shit gets funny. This exclusion does not apply if the damage results, well this isn't where it gets funny, but this is almost where it gets funny. This exclusion does not apply if the damage results from the total theft of your covered auto. This exclusion does not apply if the damage results from the total, okay, that's cool, thanks, that's cool. Here's where it gets funny. 3, loss due to or as consequence of A, radioactive contamination. I'm not making this shit up, all right? B, I can't handle this, Geevers. This is too much. Are they like this in Lithuania? What are you, afraid of the microphone?
Insurance business in Lithuania is not, it's totally different. And it was so many bullshit in the communists, so it's still a lot. But nuclear war is.
All right, are you ready for this? It gets better. You're an American now, kid. B, discharge of any nuclear weapon. In parentheses, even if accidental. May God strike me dead, it's right here. C, war. In parentheses, declared or undeclared. No, rebellion, resurrection. Fuck, Jesus Christ, he rose from the dead, went to the side of his automobile, was gone. The fucking insurance company. No. Yeah. Rebellion or revolution?
Is that the same as insurrection?
May God strike me dead. You know, I try to write with material for this Saturday night shit, and it always fucking bombs. You know, I read insurance policies, and it's fucking awesome. I can't deal with this shit. All right.
Insurrection is not successful.
Rich, what's the matter?
Well, we're clarifying the difference between insurrection, rebellion, and revolution. A revolution is successful. An insurrection is not.
And a rebellion
And a rebellion, probably, I don't know, maybe something happened between
doesn't seem as
a
totally.
new government, but, you know, I don't know.
There you go.
The jury's still out.
So if the government changes, everybody's insurance is fucked.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Insurance broker and find out what the difference is.
That's the least of all.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that. All right, that's what I should do. I'll get that to my R&D development fucking thing there. The people, my writing staff.
You should call them live and on the monitor.
I know, we need a phone. Listen, Guy DeGuy for the first Saturday of the month is going to get a high chair in the corner in the future. And we're going to have a plugged-in telephone in case we want to call people and shit. We're going to spice it up in time here. It's something I got to hype. This is unbelievable, okay? On May 26, 1994, that, in case some people don't know, it's this year, 30 plays in 60 minutes. Too much light makes the baby go blind. Chicago's longest running original show plays Providence for one night only. That's May 26th, Thursday at 8 p.m.
Where?
And it's random admission here at AS220. And,
Random admission?
well, random admission, what it means is that people, you pay $2 to get in, and then you roll a single die, and whatever number comes up is the additional amount of money you pay. So it could be anywhere between 2 and
3.
3 and 8.
no,
3 and 8.
3 and 8, right, 3 and 8. But I've seen the neo-futurists in Chicago, and they literally have been selling out. Jeremy's seen them in Chicago. They've literally been selling out their show for about 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
Every single Friday and Saturday night. And generally, when they sell out, they order out.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
order pizza.
they still do that. They order pizza for the whole room. They cut it up and lose it. Anyway, no, I shouldn't give a show away. Too much light makes the baby go blind. May 26th, and believe me, you're a fool if you don't come and see it, because it'll never happen again in Providence. It's very lucky. They're doing a one-week run in New York, which gave us the opportunity to get them here, and they're very good friends with a number of the Nazo people and performers here, and they wanted to do something at AS220. I tried to get them before, and it was going to cost me $3,000. Like, fucking crazy. You think you're Elvis? So, anyway, I'm Guy DeGuy, if you don't know that. And that's a good thing. I've been reading about Portuguese history lately, but that's, who cares? Anyway, so, and this is my friend Giedris, and he's here every Saturday night with me to try to help me. Giedris, right there. And he's also here to tell you all about Lithuania someday. Where we at now? Now moving along. How are we doing this? All right, play the theme again. That always makes me feel like we're ending this thing. Play the theme, so you gotta get theme. Okay, go ahead. A little quicker, huh? All right, tonight's Guy DeGuy, as you have seen with Giedris, Zen Psychotic, H and Guy DeGuy will be back a little bit, and the Wrong Hero, Tom Hurdle, and the Kaporchniks. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's the first Saturday of the month, Cabaret Yachting. Almost stick around with party. All right. Endless amount of stuff. Sometimes people are hesitant to spend $5, and I can appreciate that. But just so you know, we have to pay our sound person, we like to pay our artists something, and we take some money to cover some of the expenses to keep the place going. So I would hope that people would understand the complexity of keeping something like this going and be willing to contribute. And I mean, only if you're enjoying yourself. And for my money, you couldn't have spent a better $5 this evening for the stuff that you've seen and the stuff that you will continue to see before the evening's over. So, also there's a volunteer program. If you can't afford the $5, or you're so interested in coming so much that you can't afford it, you can see Tom Paulus and contribute one evening or 5 hours or better of volunteer service a month and get in free for the whole month's activities for 5 hours of volunteer service. So, I mean, there's a way of covering it, one way or another. And even if you're doing the volunteering, you're helping us in a big way. Volunteering is a lot of different ways. It's working the door, helping in the kitchen.
Mailer.
The mailer, thank you Janice, who is the person who does our mailer every month. So, I don't do this that often anymore. I used to do it on a more regular basis to the point where it became really boring and annoying. I'll try not to get into that habit again, but we need support. And I think it's a really worthwhile thing, so, and I'm sure that if you're enjoying yourself, you'll feel the same way. So if you could talk it up, particularly this first Saturday of the month, because we would like to create, on the first Saturday of the month, a kind of small repertory company of most of the people that you're seeing here to do regular stuff, and then also introduce new acts periodically on the first Saturday. I also might mention there are free things, like on Sunday there's the brunch, which you can come and have incredible Eggs Benedict and stuff, and there's also the radio, what do we call it now, Win the Chowder Hour, which happens at 1:30, which is a live radio telecast that's taped here and then broadcast at 5 o'clock, and it's skits and radio theater. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't cost you anything. So, I mean, there's a lot of things to participate in, but that's it. It's an appeal. Bring people down with you, please. You can bring your own alcohol in. If you had to go to another joint, and even if you paid a less cover, you're going to pay more money for the alcohol. It works itself out, you know. So please come down and help keep us running, and let's try to create a place where we can treat the artists more fairly and pay them for the effort that they put in. I really want to do that, okay? Thank you very much for your patience.
this
once
and
you're
she was dying,
dead.
and there was this man there with her,
You
and
will
he said to her,
have
he said,
peace.
don't be afraid of dying, because if
Always.
you're dead, you'll have peace always.
There
He said
is nothing
that you'll have perfect rest when you're dead.
to be afraid
And
of.
she
Once
said that
you
maybe she would get better,
are
that
dead.
maybe it wouldn't be that bad if she knew that
You
there was perfect rest after she was dead.
will
That
have
maybe she could go on a little bit longer.
perfect rest. And where can you find rest on this planet? But perhaps just perhaps I'll get well and live just to live a little longer. Just a little longer. Since there will be no suffering later, I can bear it a little longer here. dedicate that to my mother who died a year and a half ago of cancer. Thank you. Only want one of me, that's enough. I'm Guy DeGuy, by the way, if you haven't been here earlier, and I'm your host on the first Saturday of every month and most other Saturdays. But we love this one. We love the first Saturday of the month. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of my favorite weirdos, the Wrong Hero.
I like you. Because I have the feeling that you're the kind of crowd who knows everything that I know. Except for maybe one thing. I am the wrong hero. I am a comedian. Am I the type of comedian who is a shayman for lower class animus? Am I the type of comedian who is an avatar of the moron zeitgeist? Am I the type of comedian who is a mindless parrot for the status quo ante? Am I the kind of comedian who is a Cracker Barrel philosopher for the bourgeoisie? No. I am an alien comedian. And I come to your squalid planet to destroy your Earth comedy. For I believe it is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Actually, Melville said that. But he hasn't been getting any gigs lately, so I think I do. What would he do? Come out there with an 800-page novel? I'd like to read from Moby Dick. Okay. To begin my show, I would like to sing perhaps one of the 3 songs that everybody knows, besides the theme to the Flintstones, the theme from the Beverly Hillbillies, and that is the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? You know, that doesn't move me. You know, I've often thought, what if the British had atom bombs during the War of 1812? Would we be singing the Star-Spangled Nothing? Would it be like, oh, say, can you... Maybe. Because when you think about it, Francis Scott Key was a one-hit wonder. Wasn't he? I think maybe we should jazz up the Star-Spangled Banner and fitting with the multicultural 90s. So, you know, we could do it in a different genre, perhaps, different words, but the same basic meaning. Now, Broadway show tunes are very popular, so you can do something like, hey, look at that flag! Or no, wait, gosh, it sure is bright out! Gee, that flag is grand! Glad it's not still night out!
let's strike up the band.
Or perhaps for more solemn occasions, the blues.
I was born for bad luck in a little shotgun shack, and trouble's all I know. I woke up at the break of dawn, flag, talon, and torn. Lord, how I hate to hear that rooster crow.
Or, I don't know, some Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross style jazz. The Star Spangled Banner. Well, it was going to town, the man's still British. We're trying to shoot it down, shoot it down. What do you know, Joe? Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. I had to stop and stare because the flag was still there. Dun 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 dun. Or, who knows? You know, you could go just about anywhere with this one, I guess. Rolling Stones style rock and roll. Like, I was up all night drinking, my pants got a hole in the knee. Looked out my hotel window, flag was flying in the breeze. I love to see that flag still flying, baby, keep it flying, baby. You know, or, country and western in the style of Roger Miller. I'm drunk, I'm fired, I'm broke. The air is full of cannon smoke. My neck is red, my skin is white, and I've been blue all night. I'm red and white and blue, feeling ragged through and through. I'm red and white and blue, just like the flag. Yeah. Or, hey, whoa, thrash, you know. Look at that rag! I hate the brag! That used to be our flag! Hey! Or, grunge, you know, like Spangled Banner, made of cheesecloth, on the flagpole, gets my rocks off. Or rap. I was walking down the street and the noise was a fright. I was looking at the flag, it was red and blue and white. Or Benedictine chant. Want to get esoteric? That's coming back. It's been gone for 1,500 years, but now it's back. Shoot the flag. Shoot the flag. Shoot the flag. Yeah. Well, I guess I haven't been practicing my monastic chants for the last 20 years, so. Some people say the wrong hero is schizophrenic. Well, I have to tell you, I'm of two minds about that. But I say, it takes two to know one. But hey, it's no wonder I'm confused, you know, because there's just so much out there. It's so hard to keep track of, but I have learned a few things, and I'd like to share them with you. Religion is frozen morality. Big business is the religion of selfishness. Advertising is the Stalinization of commodities. Politics are sports for people who are too fat to run. And the story of the 20th century is, now we're coming on up to the 21st century. We're going to have to decide how we're going to characterize the 20th century. I believe that the story of the 20th century is the ongoing story to show how we've managed to degrade every single myth that has made us strong and good. You know, it's like, fuck Prometheus and Hercules! I want Mookie Wilson, Wu Powell, and fucking dead up here, Fronto, or I'm gonna know the reason why! What's so great about Prometheus anyway? He stole fire from the heavens. He was punished for stealing fire from the heavens. Prometheus, yo, wake up! Wouldn't it have been a little more logical to steal fire from hell? I mean, they wouldn't have missed it. And what are they going to do with them if they catch him, you know?
So, I don't know, just thought of that. But the ongoing degradation of myths, like that there Saturn car. Now, who are the marketing geniuses who came up with this concept? Shall we call the car Mars, after the god of war? Nah, Cold War's over. Well, shall we call it Venus, after the goddess of love? Well, we already have the Volvo, I don't know. It's kind of pushing it. I know. We'll call it Saturn. Devours his own children. Great name for a car! I can see it, the concept. I got the commercial all blocked out. Here, son, here's the keys to your very first car. Gee, thanks, Dad. Saturn, because you only have one life to live. You know, I wonder if the people in the colonial era had the same problem with gangs and unruly bands of youth that we have. I wonder if they had colonial juvenile delinquents. You know, like, hey, nice ox cart. Hey, look, the yoke. Let's go! Look out for that cow! Don't let a good indentured servant go bad. Lock your ox. Take the yoke. This has been a public service message by Cotton Mather and John Winthrop. Yeah, the degradation of myths. I don't know. I think maybe they should have a religious historical series of bumper stickers just to bring these things back a little. Like, I don't know. Ask me about my eternal torment. Or honk if you've betrayed our Lord. Or David Koresh is my co-pilot. I brake for compound fires. Or, you know, let's get a little historical here, like, I don't know. Ask me about the Haymarket riots. Or I brake for the Whiskey Rebellion. Honk if you were in the bonus army. Yeah, we have no history. We have no myth. All we have in the 20th century are animated cartoons. Like the Flintstones. Now, let's see, John Goodman and Elizabeth Taylor are in the Flintstones movie, and they're people who are known to not turn a drink down if it's offered to them. So this suggests to me the idea of the drunken Flintstones. And it would be something like, Flintstones, meet the fucking Flintstones! They're the place where they fed beer in 51 BC, forgot history, and you're, you know, something like that. Or maybe we should combine Yogi Bear and Sophocles and produce the Yogi cycle. Yogi Rex, Ranger Smith at Colonus, and Boo Boo and Scooby-Doo meet Electra. I'm going to kill my father. Yeah, that's the ticket. Jazz up the myths. Because people are distracted. The value of the dollar is going down, mortgage rates are going up. It's hard to find a job. And one sign of how hard it is to find a job is this mantra that people say. It will create new jobs. They used to say something like that in Germany during the 1940s, although it went something like, I was only following orders. It will create new jobs. Let's get rid of tobacco farm subsidies. You know, they're killing thousands of people a year. No, it will create new jobs. Let's scale down those military bases. Maybe we can close a few of them down. You know, but the Cold War's over already. No, it will create new jobs. Or let's build a casino. So what if video poker is sort of like the equivalent of crack cocaine for compulsive gamblers? Hey, I know, I'm going to apply for legal recognition as an Indian tribe and open up a casino in my belly button. You pull my arm and you might come out with $1 million, or you might come out with a piece of lint, or if I'm feeling ornery, you might come out with a punch in the snoot, wise guy. So, might work that way. Yeah, people are really desperate for jobs, and you can tell by the hangdog demeanor that they take when they go in for their job interview. And every time you do a job interview, they've got the power, they're sitting at the dais, and you're sort of like the lowly supplicant, and they say to you, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Always, they always ask you this, like you know, and just once I'd like to say something like, I'll tell you where I see myself in 5 years, fatso. I see myself in a goddamn stretch limo with a foxy whore on each arm, drinking Kaporchniks out of a Dixie cup, my fists dripping with fuck you money, and you standing on a street corner with snot in your beard, begging for a handout. That's where I see myself in 5 years. I'd really like to do that, but no, I really need a job. And people who have jobs, they really need to hold on to their jobs. And you can tell just by the way they act, when you go out there and you make some incomprehensible demand, they always try to be really nice, really civil. Like, one time I walked into an ice cream parlor, and I hate to admit it, but I was stoned. How could I tell? Well, one eye was the size of a pinprick, and the other side was the size of a bowling ball. And I walked up to the counter, to the young lady behind the counter, and I said, hi, I'd like a triple-decker ice cream cone, 1 scoop grapefruit sorbet, 1 scoop ginger snap molasses, and 1 scoop coffee cappuccino, almond bark, whale, dolphin, Mexico City garlic sauce, few, pink dinner red, eucalyptus leaf, koala bear, mastodon crunch. And I don't want it in a cone, I want it in a monkey's paw. And she said, certainly, sir, we're here to go. And I said, make it to go. And she yelled, number 57, take out. Yeah, well, I used to actually have a job. I actually used to work for Pat Cadell, who was Jimmy Carter's pollster during the 1980 and 1976 elections. I worked for him in 1980, and I could tell the campaign was in trouble when they laid 3/4 of us off midway through October. You could tell the campaign was sort of like spiraling the drain at that point. And I discovered one thing about doing surveys. Surveys are always wrong. Why? Who do they employ? 23-year-old psychotic slackers jacked up on burnt coffee. That's who. Like, people with attention deficit disorders the size of Montana, trying to reel in these disinterested electorate, and it's like you're 3/4 of the way through the survey. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. Wheel of Fortune's on. Bye. Just once on Wheel of Fortune, when they yell big money when they're spinning the wheel, I'd like for Pat Sajak to roll out a giant stone coin from the island of Yap. I knew you were the kind of people who would get that. It's like a fine feeling. So, they have you fill out the survey for them, and that's why surveys are always wrong. When you spend 3/4 of an hour trying to hook a marlin into your boat, and the marlin gets away, just fill out the survey. Hey, it's all right. Earns over $50,000 a year, favorite color, red, solid. Make up a social security number, we're in there. But later in my job experience, I discovered that you can get away with anything as long as you're carrying a clipboard. Anything. In fact, you can almost call it the magic clipboard. Hitler, Stalin, Genghis Khan, Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Marilyn Monroe, Jacqueline Kennedy, Aristotle Onassis, all had one thing in common. They carried the magic clipboard.
Yeah, it's a crazy world, crazy world. Things are falling apart. You know, I had this idea for a movie. It wouldn't be a very long movie. World War II veteran falls asleep in 1944, wakes up in 1994. Oh, I know, Rip Van Winkle, but bear with me. Falls asleep in 1944, wakes up in 1994. First thing he says is, "You must tell me, Hitler lost, didn't he?" Didn't he? Didn't he? Like I said, it's a real short movie. That would be the end. Yeah, because you got Vladimir Zhirinovsky, fundamentalists, skinheads. I figured out one nice thing about skinheads. They don't leave hair on the soap. For that matter, they don't clog the drain up either. So, now here's something that really gets my goat. Cinco de Mayo. Mexican Independence Day.
Isn't it bad enough we stole 1/3 of their country? Now we have to steal their Independence Day too?
I just want to know. And tomorrow is the feast of Santo Cristo, a Portuguese feast. And that got me to thinking about Portugal. You know, 400 years ago, Portugal had a world empire. It stretched from sea to boundless sea. It stretched from, oh, I don't know, East Timor to you name it. And now, what are they remembered for? Be honest. What are the Portuguese best known for? Red wine, which gives you the world's worst hangover. And that gets me to thinking, what are we going to be remembered for 400 years from now? Jet travel? First man on the moon? Telephone? Automobile? No. Plutonium? Dioxin? And styrofoam. You know?
That's what they left us. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't appreciate having to clean up after their mess. What were they thinking when they did all this stuff?
Oh, and Sunday is also Mother's Day. Oh, let's talk about Mother's Day. What about Shaft? I heard he was a real bad mother. Yeah, because you know... Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Hey, this is better than anything else I have prepared, so... Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. You like the dancing? Well, you know, it's funny, but it's sad and it's tragic and all that, but cartoons are our myths. And let's face it, why do we call it planet Earth? Let's face reality and call it what it really is. Disney World. Because think about it. What does Mickey Mouse really stand for? Oliver Stone, call your office. I'll tell you. MIC, Military Industrial Complex. KEY, Keynesian Economic Yoke. MOUSE, more of the United States involvement. Here at Disney World. Yeah, and they're going to build Disney's America, not too far from the boring old Civil War site of Manassas, where, oh, more men died in one day than any other battle of the United States has ever been involved in, but not stupid, boring gravestones. Let's build Disney's America. What are they going to have here? Goofy reciting the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Day of Infamy speech? Like, November, I don't know, December 12th, October, well, is a day that will live in infamy. Japan, no, sorry, Tokyo Disney, bombed Pearl Harbor. I'd like to build something right next to Disney World. It would be called the Manic Kingdom. And it would be along the same lines, except all of the characters would be given extremely dangerous drugs. Like Mickey Mouse, you know. Thanks for the steroids, Uncle Walt! Donald Duck. Thanks for the Quaaludes. Or our beloved friend Goofy. Thanks for the hash, Uncle Walt. Be your guest, let our magic do the rest. You know, I'd like to do that sometime. Cartoons, you know. I really like Superman. You might almost say I'm fixated on him. But poor old Clark Kent, he's the most powerful being in the universe, and he works at the Daily Planet. He's been working there for 56 years. Some investigative reporters, these people are. And an incredibly advanced outer space alien has been on their payroll for 56 years and they haven't figured it out yet. You know, he works at the Daily Planet. Don't you think by now he'd be working at the Hourly Cosmos or the Nanosecond Universe or something? But no, it's the boring old Daily Planet. Now, here's a guy who flies through a black hole to clean his uniform, and he spends his days chasing ambulances and looking at Lois Lane with his x-ray vision through the water cooler, you know? It's like, Clark, is it hot in here or what? It's my x-ray. I mean, yes, it's very hot. So, I don't know. And here's another thing. Maybe you should take a break, get a whole bunch of coal, make a whole bunch of diamonds, give it to all the criminals in Metropolis, and then take it easy, you know? Just give it to them, you know? So there won't be any more crime, anyway. Now, you know, the subplot on the television show is that Lois Lane is going to marry Lex Luthor. And I'm thinking, what if Superman gave Lois Lane an engagement ring? Here's a man that can make diamonds out of coal. You know, it'd be huge, you know, like, I can't wear this ring. Well, I put a little bit of antimatter in it to make it weigh a little less. And I can't wear it. So, I don't know. And when he wants to get drunk, does he have to put a little bit of kryptonite in his drink to weaken him so he can enjoy the full effects? Oh, a kryptonite daiquiri! I don't ordinarily like these sissy drinks, but this one's kind of tasty. And does he have a kryptonite lock on his bike? You know? It's like, can't pedal, too weak. I wonder. And another thing, Clark Kent is a mild-mannered reporter. When's the last time you've seen a mild-mannered reporter, huh? Excuse me, can I have that picture of your German Shepherd that was buried up to his neck so we can put it on the front page of the paper? You know, mild-mannered reporter, I just don't get it. Here's something, you know, Nixon died not too long ago. And I was reading an article about steroid abuse and the symptoms. You know, like thick black beard, uncontrollable outbursts of temper. And I thought, gee, maybe Nixon had those. Yeah, that would explain a whole hell of a lot. You know, it's like, Cambodia is giving me a hard time. Henry, I want you to bomb the hell out of him. Mr. President, I think you've been drinking too much. Shut up, Henry, give me my cottage cheese sandwich right now. Or I'll know the reason why. Yeah, well, thank God it's still a democracy, right? Right. Isn't it? Isn't it? But the problem with the democracy is you have the peculiar problem of reverse snobbery. People don't brag about how distinguished their ancestors were. They sort of brag about how low they started out and how they had to crawl their way up through the muck and dirt. Like, we were so poor, we lived on a farm, and we lived on potatoes. Well, we were so poor, we lived in a granite quarry, and we had to eat quartz. Well, we were so poor, we lived on a fucking molecule, and we had to eat quartz. Well, you got me there, Chief. And people, they don't go to the doctor or the psychiatrist, they write letters to advice columnists. I'd like to start an advice column that would be called Ann Slander, with answers you would really like to see. Like, my dog drinks out of the toilet. How can we break him of this filthy habit? Fix the lid so it falls on his head. If that doesn't work, throw a bullion cube in there. It won't break him of his habit, but you won't have to feed him as often. Dear Ann Slander, do you think a dating bar is a good place to meet a girl? Well, if you're a mindless alcoholic ape wandering through a savanna waiting for a female inhibitory forebrain to fall on your empty skull, then maybe the anthropology department of a university would be a better place to seek a wife. I'd like you to settle a little bet for us. My boyfriend says that Blue Oyster's Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper came out in 1974, and I say it came out in 1976.
Well, if you argue about that shit, you're both losers. Bye.
I'll tell you, I'd like to do a show in Mexico someday. Well, I think I get myself in trouble because the only phrase I know in Spanish is, empleados, laven los manos, por favor. Which means, employees, please wash your hands. May I see your papers, sir? Empleados, laven los manos, por favor. Put them in jail. So, that wouldn't work. And I spent 6 months studying Chinese. I didn't really learn anything, you know. It's my fault, you know. Maybe if I'd actually try to learn the pronunciations instead of just staring at the characters. But it did give me the notion that I could go into a Chinese restaurant and order meals in Chinese, you know. Like, I'd like to have some call the police. What if you did this in an Italian restaurant? Hey, I want some veal parmigiano! Mangia! Try to do their gestures, you know? Oh, waiter! 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 You know, or in a dating bar, you know. Hey, what's your fucking sign, huh? What if you could cross a chimpanzee with a parrot? What would he say? I shit my cage. I sure am looking forward to performing 8 hours of repetitive labor for one banana pellet. Yes, indeed. Maybe they'll let me ride the unicycle and smoke cigars. It's my birthday. I guess the only myths that are really viable are the mythology of music. Yeah, I hear the Grateful Dead's going on tour with Dr. Kaporchniks. They're going to do A Touch of Grey and the showstopper, Please Don't Ease Me In. Oh, and the Beach Boys, they're going to have a hit. Help Rwanda, help Rwanda. You know. But even music has its downside. Like rock and roll is capitalism in 145. And folk music is every bit as oppressive as the injustices it is supposedly attempting to eradicate. And so, with this in mind, I would like to perform my rendition of If I Had a Hammer. If I had a hammer, I have a hammer. If I had a hammer, summon that hammer already. I'm trying to get some sleep. You're hammering in the morning. You're hammering in the evening. When am I supposed to get some sleep around here anyway? Ha, ha.
That was the wrong hero. Stick around, we got a couple more things for you happening. We got Tom Hurdle and we got the Kaporchniks, so stick around please. We got a little bit more happening. And, buy some, put some music on, go. Are you ready to go? Mr. Hurdle.
Okay, I wanted to do an improv thing, like the classical improv where people get suggestions and themes and the setup from the audience. And usually they take some notes, get it all down, and they go off for about 15 or 20 minutes, come up with a skit that covers everything that was set up. And I thought, gee, I could do that but I could do better than that. I could do it right now. I could get the audience to set up a scene and then hit it because I'm so quick, you know. I mean, I'm so fucking witty that it would work. So I thought, well, all right. And I thought, well, I'll make it tough. I'll make sure the audience gave me something really hard, complicated, and challenging, so that I could really test my wit. So I thought, well, okay, I'll start off, and I would ask some parts of the audience here to come up with stuff. Like over on the left here now. Let's say, pick some kind of a occupation.
Psychotherapist.
Ah, geez, that's pretty easy. I mean, that's something you. I mean, I could do that easy. I mean, that. Come on, some a little more challenging, you know.
Dressmaker.
A dressmaker. Well, okay. All right, but let's say, how about somebody in this corner? What's my sex? Throw out the sex of a dressmaker. I'm going to be a dressmaker over here. What's the sex? The female. See, you're not making it complicated here. I don't know if maybe you don't think that, like, if I didn't get it right, it would work out. So what if, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If I'll do something really complicated and quick, and if I don't do it, I'll let one of you shoot me. Huh?
All right.
Okay, I got a pistol right here. Little two-shot Derringer. It's loaded, I'll even pop it. How about somebody right here? It's loaded, it's ready to go. Yeah, don't hit Russell in the back of the head. All right. Now if I don't, if when I get this set up, if I can't really knock the socks off the audience, or if I'm not really knocking your socks off, go ahead and shoot. All right? Okay, so I'm a dressmaker. That's dressmaker and I'm a female dressmaker. Go ahead, somebody over here. Give me. Should I be married? Go over there. Go ahead, throw something out.
Divorce.
All right. Both. Okay, so I'm a dressmaker, female dressmaker, and I was married, but I'm divorced. How about, give me something complicated. Fire something out.
In Alaska.
Timmy, and you used to work in a steel mill.
Okay.
That's your past. Now
Okay.
you're a dressmaker as a female. But your past life, your name was Timmy. You worked in a steel mill, and you lived with your father, who only had one leg, one eye.
I like that. I like that. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Complicated.
Right.
Something to challenge.
Sure.
Something so I can show you my quick, my wit.
There you
So
go.
that's okay. Hey, come on, somebody else. Wail on that. Go ahead.
Your pet dog was eaten by Kaltiki, the immortal monster.
Helsinki?
Kaltiki,
Okay.
the immortal, looks like a blob, but he's more acidic.
Timmy. I was Timmy.
We're Timmy.
I was Timmy. Now I'm the dressmaker.
In Sitka, Alaska.
In Sitka, Alaska. All right.
But you're a lesbian now. And originally,
And notice I'm not even writing this shit down. It's all right here. It's all right here. Go ahead.
you're a Singaporean lesbian though.
Now,
And living in Sitka, Alaska, but you're from Singapore.
okay,
And
that's
you were
good.
caned for being a cross-dresser when you were Timmy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's easy.
That's how you know so much about dresses.
Okay,
Well, that's how you know so much about dresses. Cross-dressing.
You're
See?
cross-dressing.
Just forget it.
when Timmy, no, that if you want to try something really challenging, go ahead, one more shot.
Brian Wilson was your love slave.
Now, that's what was missing was something with zest. So now, okay. Hi, sweetheart. I'm home. Would you fix me my dinner? Would you, sweetheart? Would you make me something good? Like Hi. Oh! Gee! Fucking pin went through my leg in the steel wheel. Did I take the safety off? I sure hope so. What we got?
Is he?
Hi, Jack. Did you like that last dress I made? I tried to tuck it in at the hips a little bit because you got a punch belt, you fucking asshole. Oh, that's my tin. All right. I'm all right. Okay. Then, now I'm moving up. Come on. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I'm just trying to make $10 for Christ's sake. Don't shoot me. I mean, what's the big deal? That's why I lied on it. That's why I lied on it. I didn't mean to tell him all that shit for Christ's sake.
very short, and then we're going to come back to the Kaporchniks at the end of the night. It is the Cabaret Alley North, the first Saturday of the month. We're back every time. Thank you. That was Mr. Hurd.
Hey, honey.
Good night, honey.
sex therapist here.
Typing here?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, yes. That's what he...
And we're in his office, dear.
Did you notice the drapes? Aren't that... Isn't it a...
We're not in the park, dear.
Isn't
We're
that...
not having a picnic.
Yes, we have...
We're visiting your relative,
In the...
who is a sex therapist.
Did you notice the lovely...
Is that right, dear?
Did you notice the lovely chartreuse curtains, darling?
So, me and you and your relative
And the picnic
are going to
basket
sit and discuss sex. Is that right, dear?
And did you happen to notice...
What did you want to talk about, dear? Did you have some complaints about my semen, dear? Did you want to go in and say, Doctor, there's a problem. My husband his pubics are all screwy or did you want to talk about your pubics here? Right? With your pudenda, something you wanted to talk about with your relatives, dear?
I'm feeling myself again, darling. I didn't hear you. Did you say something about sailors, darling?
To my vast deference, dear. You would like to discuss my vast deference.
There's Uncle Ralph. Yeah. Hello, Uncle Ralph. Yes, this is my husband. This is Mr. Kaporchnik. Mr. Kaporchnik, this is my Uncle Ralph. Hello, Uncle Ralph. We're so happy you invited us for lunch. I know how busy you are. Dear, say hello to Uncle Ralph.
Hello, Ralph.
Yes, I have it right here, Ralph.
I never mind it, Ralph. Yes, all right, what's
Okay,
it?
sure.
Oh, yes, he's very happy with that, aren't you, dear?
Well,
Yes, he's one.
well, not all the time. You see,
Just last week you were saying that was wonderful, weren't you, dear?
no, I was saying that I felt we needed to have a little more
Yes.
salt
Oh,
in
no,
the potato salad.
She's fine. She did last week, but not the week before.
No, I never did. Honest. Yes. Well, I have a few problems with that too sometimes, Uncle Ralph. You see? Well, no. I never thought that. Did you see it? No.
Excuse me. Okay, I finished high school many years ago. I don't do homework. All right. So no, I don't know about that. I don't think that's appropriate.
That sounds lovely, Uncle Ralph. As a matter of fact, we'll go home right now and try it. Would you care for a ham and cheese? I'm ready, dear. Did you do your homework assignment, darling?
Yes.
I'm very happy and proud of you for being such a good soldier.
Well, dear, have you done your homework? Have you plumbed your depths of sensuality and come up with the appropriate paraphernalia for us to...
I brought my little darling. Do it
Hey.
more. I feel young at heart again, darling. Over to the left. What is this, dear? A cigar?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right.
But it tastes very funny. I don't like this. It's lovely. Thank you. Uh-huh. Like that. Or over here. How's that?
I checked the listings and
Am I supposed to bite the end off before I smoke it?
it's fine. Leave it right where it is.
I did?
Here we go, dear.
Yeah.
You see that? Tonight it was hot rods.
That looks like vampires go lesbos slut sex. Here, I saw that.
Oh, you're right. Please.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's my turn now?
Yep.
I'm sharing this from the bottom of my sensuality to my devoted husband.
Mashed potatoes. How about the other?
No, dear, you must, the sexual part of it, you must eat it with your fingers. Ah, wasn't that Korean? And look, honey. Like this, dear?
Zen Psychotic. Live at AS220.
It's all right. Don't let anybody rush up here to help me. It's okay. I can get along on my own. I've been getting along on my own for quite a few years. It's all right. Maybe you wonder. Maybe you wonder. Maybe you're not wondering, but maybe I'll tell you anyway, you know, how I got to this condition. Huh? I don't want any of your sympathy, okay? I'm not here for your sympathies. All right? Don't feel sorry for me. I know you got your own problems, all this. Each and every one of these men, how happy you think you are now, you got your own problems, right? Right, damn right. So, don't think I'm up here for your goddamn sympathies. All right, but I got a story to tell you. The leg. Maybe you're wondering about the leg? Huh? What did the sign say? Wait a minute. Huh? Working man. I heard at work. I mean, I'm not the only one working, you know, but I was in the steel mill. I got this rod through the knee. Steel rod through the knee. They didn't want to pay. It's all right. You don't have to pay.
like to have a drink, you know, because it eases the spasms. But I get a lot of spasms. I got this neck thing too. The discs, they went somewhere, and not where they're supposed to be. And they go out, and when they go out, I get spasms, I get a lot of pain, and I go see an osteopath, and he would take me by the neck and you go back. This would go back where they belong, and it felt good. It's great. That went on for a couple of years, you know, and then after a while, it took a while, they get closer together where the spasms come back. They wouldn't last more than a couple of weeks. Pretty soon it's every day. It's getting a little expensive, you know. So I finally went to him. I said, what's going on? He says, well, you're in a catch-22. You're hypermobile. Your joints are loose from too much cracking. But don't feel sorry for me. I'm stuck with it. I got hypermobile joints. Fuck it. I'm in a catch-22. That'll be $45. It's okay. Steel mill was a lot of fun. I was a kid when it was one of my first jobs when I was in the steel mill. And the old timers, the guys who were there a long time, they'd like to fuck around with the young guys in there, you know. They'd have the steel coming through the mill and they would screw up me all over the place, and you're over there trying to get the crane, the chain on it, the crane, and get it out of there. And if you're nervous and it's too hot, you can't get near it. The old timers would insult you, you know, like, any more like you at home? You know? Yeah, I got 2 brothers, but they're not home now. They're at your house fucking your wife. And they come and want to punch you and shit like that, but you know. But you had to be tough, you know, if you let them shit on you. I smoke this thing because it's too late. It's too late because the cough. I got the cough from the steel mill too, all that steel dust. People say it's like cigarettes, you know, but I don't know, I think the steel dust worked a lot faster. That's right. But I don't want you to, is anybody feel sorry for me yet? Just raise your hand. Huh? No? Sorry, I don't want you to pity anyway. I know you got your own problems. Probably things worse than that. You come out here and you don't show. So I was working in the plastic factory, mixing the plastic with the lead powder, you know. They took care of you, though. They made you wear the mask when you're up there putting it in the blenders. You came back down, you took your mask off, even though you're in the same room. I don't get it together. It was okay. When you're on the blender, wear your mask, or you get fired. What I got from the plastic factory, I got from the lead. Yeah. Memory loss. I put it in the lead. I got that. I got a few things from working. Except a bank account. I didn't get that. Didn't seem to get one of those. Something about the cost of living accelerated on me. Something. Probably. Did I tell you about the steel mill?
Yeah.
Oh. So, I decided I was going to get a safe job, you know. So I went back and got my GED. Got a nice, safe desk job, just filling out orders, and shipping and receiving. That was all right. But that's all that's went under my eye. I thought it was going to be safe, you know. One day I was writing out these orders. My knee started to really hurt. It spasmed, right? And that made me jump. When I jumped, my neck went out. The disc, that went out. So I had learned how to put my neck back. It's too expensive, $45 every time to get this doctor to give me a catch-22. So I got my head there and I went, pencil right in my eye. But don't feel sorry for me. I'm not here for your pity. A lot of people, I don't know if I'm
praise Caesar. Not to praise. For the evil is blind.
The evil that men do
The evil that men do. Why?
lives after them.
Lives after them. Why?
The good is oft interred with their bones.
The good is often interred with their bones. Why?
So let it be with Caesar.
So let it be with Caesar. Why?
The noble Brutus
The noble Brutus line.
hath told you Caesar was ambitious.
I told you Caesar was ambitious, line.
If it were so,
If it were so, line for the blind person,
it was a grievous fault.
it wasn't his fault. Line,
And grievously hath Caesar answered it.
and grievously had Caesar answered it. Line.
Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest.
Here under leave of Brutus and the rest.
For Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish priests.
Wheels of pure joy.
This is an 18-wheeler. Beautiful, isn't it? My rig. My bread and butter. You know why they call them 18-wheelers? Huh? Count them. You ever count them?
18 wheels are pure fucking joy. I roll up my sleeves and I feel good, goddammit, damn good. And it's already running because it's diesel and I never shut it off, you understand? One of the other things I like about my 18-wheeler, it's got a lot of gears. And the wheel is like this, not like this. So I can rest my arm, because your arm gets tired when you're doing hundreds and hundreds of miles. And you're popping little things to keep awake and drinking the coffee, stuff like that. But we don't. We won't admit that, but never mind, I said that, all right? But when you're in a dead stop, you start going through them really low gears. You're up to 15 miles an hour. I got at least 15 more gears. And I got the loudest goddamn horn on a moving vehicle. That's right. I like to get up behind those little Volkswagens and fuck out of my way. Gotta keep maintenance up on them, no one. It's dangerous. Oh, keep a maintenance person nearby. Thanks. Because I'm in the Teamsters, you know damn well I pay her a good wage and we don't discriminate. It ain't just men being maintenance on my 18-wheeler. But when you're out there on the highway and it gets pretty lonely, you be thankful you got your CB set so you can talk to other 18-wheelers out there. And every 18-wheeler's got a name. My name is T-Rex. And I named it before that movie. Rigga, yeah, this is T-Rex coming at you out there. Any of my good buddies out there, go ahead. Yeah, T-Rex, a good buddy there. This is Velociraptor. How? What's in it? Yeah, Velociraptor. Good to hear you. I just threw some swill and groceries down my throat back a few miles. I'm delivering a load of fish without a refrigeration unit up to New York from Pawtucket. But that's all right. I'm just looking to give me a little seat down the highway there. Any Jackie Gleason's out there I gotta be worried about. Yeah, T-Rex, you got at least 80 miles east till you get the halfway across the Connecticut border and you're free of Gleason. Well, that's good to hear, good buddy, and thank you, and I'm out. And I'm bored, and I'm on the highway, and I'm looking for those Volvos, because they're a bit arrogant. I get up behind a Volkswagen, and they move. They move, and they don't try to pass me again, you know what I'm saying? But those Volvos, they've been listening to too many commercials about cross steel construction and shit. I run 4 of my 18 wheels over the motherfucker, he's gone. What the hell is that? Rigga, Velociraptor, you out there? You're never gonna believe this, but I just got buzzed by 2 jet fighters, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Unidentified truck, I want to please identify yourself. This is the United States Air Force. Unidentified truck, you're in a no-fly zone. This is your final warning.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is T-Rex. What the hell are you talking about?
You have on, lock on, heat-seeking missile.
Afterlife with Dave Letterman.
Dave's guest tonight, Jimmy Hoffa, and Dave's musical guest, Buddy Holly.
Hey, Dave, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on the show from the other side. I'll tell you, I'm open to answer a few questions, this and that, you know, whatever. Dave, so, shoot, let's go in. My feet feel like cement blocks, you know, I don't know. Well, you want it? No. Bobby and I get along fine over here. Telling you, Dave, no problem. Ain't that right, Bobby? Huh? Bobby? All right. Bobby's come a long way. Say hello to Jack. Jack, say hello to Bobby, will you? Oh, it's all right. Hey, things are different on the other side, believe you me. But the reason I'm here tonight, Dave, is to address this issue. As you all know, recently Brother Bill, driving his rig down on 95 on his way to New York from Pawtucket, was blown away by some jet fighters. All right? I want to say right now, if you think the Brotherhood of Teamsters is going to stand for this kind of thing, you're crazy. We want all of the truckers, all the brothers in the local of the Teamsters Union to get together. We're going to be driving out to the Air Force bases in this country. That's right. Doesn't matter. Dave, before I go, though, I got a message for you from the other side, Dave. It's, don't let strange women stay in your house, Dave. Careful, Dave. Thank you. Can I have the theme, please, Joe? I couldn't bear to leave without leaving you this Zen Psychotic up-down note. Something to brighten up your evening. Something to go home and dream about. Something not quite up. It's going to be all right. I feel some of you might have seen that film in that last sequence when Max Klein was walking down a doomed ship, and he was so scared shitless that he denied that he was on his way to possible death. Just like this country denies it's on its way to possible death, every empire must fall. And I've been waiting a long time. I've been waiting for revolutions that don't come. I've been waiting for this and that, and nothing ever comes. And we're all denying what this country that runs around the world, acting like it's the savior of the world, is not. Let's take off the mask. Let's not be comfortable in our middle-class homes or whatever economic rung you may occupy. There's something wrong with this country. Look at the real history of America. It isn't so nice. And you know who you can look back and ask. All of those oppressed groups, all of those countries, it has a good disguise. And this plane, the United States of America, is crashing. And there are many, many Max Kleins running all around, making this great denial. Everything's all right. Everything's going to be okay.